Today, we have performed the groundbreaking for the development of 10,000-acre model farm in which various enterprises will be demonstrated to reveal the great potential investment opportunities that exist in this region, and it is part of our plan to irrigate 1 million acres of land in the next 5 years.
The President of Kenya, while commissioning the 1 million acres irrigation project at the Galana Kulalu Ranch.
Technology is very important, so research is going to be key in this project.
The Galana Ranch straddles the Tana River and Kilifi counties of the coastal region of Kenya. It is made up of 345,800 hectares in Tana River County and 281,487 hectares in Kilifi County. The ranch is found on the eastern border of the Tsavo East National Park.
In Tana River and Kilifi counties, that's where one of the most ambitious flagship projects of the government is being undertaken in the name of Galana and Kulalu food security project. It has a target of putting infrastructure in 1 million acres within the next 5 years.
The climate in the ranch is predominantly semi-arid except for the eastern edge, which receives annual mean rainfall of 625 milliliters. The rest of the area receives approximately 250 milliliters of rainfall annually. Soils in the area are mostly sandy loams, although some parts have red clay and black cotton soils. The southern border of the ranch is the Galana Sabaki River, which is the ranch's main source of water.
Water will be available, maybe not from the run of the river, but more will be harnessed through storage, development of storage along the Athi and Tana basins. Up to 2.4 million cubic meters have been identified as available.
The Galana Ranch was established in 1968 under the name Galana Game and Trading Company. In 1989, it was acquired by the government through the Agricultural Development Corporation (ADC), where its main role changed to providing a buffer zone between the national parks in the area, especially the Tsavo East National Park, and the local communities. The Agricultural Development Corporation has since then been using the ranch for beef ranching, ecotourism, including camping, crops, and biogas production. The Kulalu Ranch is also owned by the government, and parts of it have been leased out to individuals and farms for various forms of production and enterprise.
The project will be implemented with a full value chain concept that will integrate production, storage, processing, and packaging before marketing. Therefore, the products produced will leave the project area straight to the consumers through appropriate marketing channels.
The objective of the project is to enhance national food security by optimizing the productivity of the Galana and Kulalu ranches. This will be done through investments on crop, livestock and fisheries production, optimization of ecotourism activities, and utilization of other natural resources.
Here in this site we are excavating the reservoirs, which will be utilized for the irrigation purposes and will be used for storing water for the irrigation project. At the site we are excavating this water pan, and this water pan, as you can see, the machinery is there. We are finishing it, and that's why we are carrying the finished out project. As soon as we finish it, then we shall let the water come into the reservoir, and this water will fill the reservoir, and it will be used for irrigation in the future as we expand the irrigation project. And the water will be harvested from the runoff, that is from the laggers, and also in the carrying out the implementation of the irrigation project, water will be supplied through the main system for irrigation to these reservoirs, whereby it will be abstracted for the irrigation purpose.
The project will involve storage and utilization of the available water, utilization of other natural resources to ensure economically, socially and environmentally viable crop, livestock and fisheries enterprises alongside ecotourism activities within the Galana and Kulalu ranches are successful. The project components shall include water resources development on the Tana and Sabaki rivers, water harvesting and storage infrastructure within the project area.
The NIB is also jointly with the ADC is also rehabilitated that one water plants, of which some of them will be used as reservoirs for the irrigation project, and also some of the water plants are close to the border of the national park, and whereby they will be able to provide water to the wildlife.
The other components are water conveyance and distribution infrastructure from the two rivers and within the Galana and Kulalu ranches, land use planning and land development, irrigation, livestock and fisheries infrastructure.
Also, NIB has started a model farm whereby the irrigation activities are to start soon, whereby it has cleared up to now 3,000 acres and is targeting a model farm of 10,000 acres.
Its contribution to our food security, to the economy in terms of job creation as well as wealth generation and other associated enterprises that will be realized out of this very comprehensive project, as has been enumerated today, make us as a ministry have more energy and keep our expectations to deliver high.
Components also include establishment of production support and value chain structures, maintenance, administrative and processing infrastructure including offices and residential housing, improvement and development of transport and communication infrastructure.
Currently accessing this ranch, you have to pass through the Tsavo National Park, and also you'll have to pass through Malindi, whereby the road from Malindi to this ranch via Baricho is not in good condition. And to be able to access this ranch more effectively and to avoid the challenge, you find that Galana River during the rainy season almost floods for around three months. NIB jointly with ADC, they are carrying out the rehabilitation of the airstrips, which will improve accessibility to the ranch, especially during bad weathers, and also it's rehabilitating the roads, which will be used to access most of the parts, because you find that initially most of the parts were not accessible. So NIB jointly with ADC are opening the roads so that accessibility can be achieved.
Huu mradi ambao tunaanzisha ndio tuweze kuzalisha chakula cha kutosha kwa Wakenya wote pahali popote walipo, kwa sababu nchi ambaye haiwezi kuzalisha chakula ya kutosha sio nchi ambaye inaweza kusema inajitegemea.
Watu wetu sisi hatutaki kunyanyasa wale game kama mnyama porini. Kwa hivyo mradi ni sawa, na pia tutafaidika, pia tubate ambao mahali ya kulisha ng'ombe.
Ile chakula ikiwa hapa inalimwa, vijana wetu watapata kazi ndani. Sisi wenyewe chakula itakuwa bei nafuu. Kwa hivyo itatusaidia sana. Itatusaidia kabisa.
How will the ranch be used?
The project is being designed to adopt a public-private partnership where the government will provide the infrastructure investments and support services to enable the private sector to invest in production and marketing.
It will be integrated production system whereby there will be wildlife on the other hand. There will be also the rearing of ranching, there will be there, and also there will be maize will be grown here, because and will take a chunk part of it, and also there will be sugarcane will also be grown here.
Currently, In order to develop the ranch at a fast pace, a number of concurrent activities are being undertaken.
The government will put up the bigger reservoirs along the rivers and will also supply the primary irrigation system, while last the investors will have to do the tertiary infrastructure.
My government will create favorable conditions for private sector participation in this project and will provide required resources to ensure provision of key infrastructure.
After technical assessment and consideration of soil conditions, a site for the pilot farm has been identified. The pilot farm will be 10,000 acres, but will be developed in phases of 3,000 acres.
The type propagation also will be determined with, first of all, for the model farm, we will start with drip. But more likely, as we advance and the consultant brings his input into the irrigation infrastructure and also coming with the designs for the preliminary design for the bigger 1 million acres project, then those irrigation systems will be determined.
The initial 3,000 acres has been delineated. Bush clearing, survey and design has commenced. The pilot farm will deploy the exact technology to be employed, but in a comparatively micro scale. It will also set the facility for ecological adaptation trials on the actual varieties to be commissioned in the project area, taking cognizance of the stringent Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Services requirements.
The immediate intervention and plan is to develop 5,000 acres to have a crop by May 2014. The 10,000 acres will have a crop by December 2014.
Unveiling a commemorative flag, Makofi!
That is why the project was launched by none other but the President of Kenya.
Finally, it is now my pleasure to officially launch the consultancy services whose output will deliver various investment opportunities.
Our president, quoting the International Monetary Fund Managing Director Christine Lagarde, said,
"Our country has full ownership of our reform and growth agenda. We will implement it. It will be transformational. Our future holds great promise. Looking ahead, we will deepen and broaden our achievements so that the economy can be made even more resilient and the benefits of growth can be even more widely shared among all the Kenyan people. No one must be left behind in this trip."
AIC.
Watch more agricultural documentaries at www.youtube.com/AIRC video unit.
Find us on www.nib.or.ke, on Twitter or on Facebook, and also on YouTube at www.nationalirrigationboard.youtube.com.